Tyler, and unlike most members of my gender, I actually like romantic comedies. Yes, I admit it, I love me some rom-coms. I appreciate smart films that have good characters, witty humor, and an honest look at that crazy little thing called love. Plus, as a bit of a hopeless romantic, I always like something that gets me right in the feels. It's just so beautiful! But within the genre, there's one entry that I absolutely can't stand. It's an awkward, off-putting affair masquerading as a romance. This one doesn't touch your heart, it hurts your brain. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Never Been Kissed.
Catch a falling star and put it in your pocket. Never let it fade.
We open on our main character, Josie Geller, played by Drew Barrymore, standing on a baseball field.
It wasn't supposed to be like this. I was just trying to do my job, and then things happened. Well, life happened.
The next day, over dessert, I was still not over the fact that my shoes had deserted me.
We then flash back to Josie's life a few months earlier. She's the youngest and most successful copy editor at the Chicago Sun-Times, and shows how dated this movie is by the fact that this job exists.
I had my own office, unlimited stationery supplies, and a professional dedicated assistant.
Unlimited stationery? I guess it really doesn't take much to keep her happy. I think we feel confident at this point offering you the job, Miss Geller. Just wanted to go over some of the benefits for your own sake. We offer full dental plan, comprehensive health benefits, and stop right there! What's your policy on free paper? As a detail-oriented person, the character of Josie is very meticulous and focused on—
This exaggerated entrance marks the arrival of Josie's co-worker Anita, also known as Slut Friend. Slut Friend can be identified by her see-through shirt, discussions about her different colors of underwear, and the fact that she's played by Molly Shannon. Josie's boss Gus arrives to deliver an assignment and chastises Anita on her sexual escapades.
And what exactly is your policy, Augustus? That if you're not getting any, then no one can?
How many times have I fired her?
5 or 6.
8.
Well, this guy's a complete pushover. I wonder how he handles more serious violations. Smith, what have I told you about embezzling company money? My bad. How much did you get this time? 20 million? Don't make me have to tell you a 7th time.
Josie talks to Gus about her dream of being a reporter, revealing that Gus has already used 5 of her story ideas for articles.
You don't want a reporter's life, trust me. They're very messy, and you're all about order and control and getting me my copy by 5.
Ah, the life of a reporter. One that's filled with gathering information. Let's think. What's the one thing we've seen that Josie is good at? What was that again? I don't know. Remembering facts and details. There's nothing stopping her from going out and being a reporter on her own. Besides free stationery. Yay!
Josie and Anita have lunch together and discuss relationships. It's here that we learn the inspiration for the movie's title.
That moment when you kiss someone and everything around you becomes hazy. And the only thing in focus—
Here's a fun drinking game I created. Whenever there's a dramatic monologue and a beam of light shines down to illuminate the moment, take a shot. You'll thank me later. Alcohol is the only way to make this movie watchable.
I feel so lucky that you found it, and
Later that night at Josie's apartment, we see that her home life consists of knitting pillows and talking to her pet turtle. Hey filmmakers, you forgot something! When you do the single lonely 30-year-old female stereotype you have to have, that's right, ice cream and cats. The next day at work, Josie attends the weekly staff meeting run by the pompous editor-in-chief. And here we get to witness the most bizarre boardroom scene in film history. We begin with this black lady who for some reason has attached her ID to her boobs. Why is her name tag in her cleavage? She has a sweater on, she could have clipped it to that. We move on to Jamie Heineman, who's sitting next to Victoria Nightgown Lady. We close out these outrageous outfits with Italian guy, complete with V-neck shirt, gold chain, and chest hair.
Who is the costume designer for this movie? It looks like these extras were pulled off random commercials.
The editor-in-chief decides he wants to pursue an undercover expose on the lives of high school students.
You. What's your name?
Josie?
Josie Geller, you enrolled Friday. Have fun.
So the owner of the entire newspaper doesn't know his own employees and randomly assigns Josie the lead story? What kind of a way is that to run a business? You there, interview with the president. Have it on my desk by Thursday. I'm the janitor. Fantastic.
Josie, elated about her new opportunity, is congratulated by Gus and Anita.
You get to be 17 again.
No, sweetie, that's a different dumb movie. You're getting your plots mixed up. Josie goes to visit her younger brother Rob, a former baseball player and general deadbeat, at his job. Josie excitedly tells Rob about her new assignment.
Do you remember what they called you in high school?
You'd think that the girl who suffered a traumatic high school experience would remember that fact before accepting the assignment.
Do you remember what they called you in high school?
Josie begins her first day of school with a bang. Literally.
Thank God she wasn't going to school in the inner city. Oh, they're shooting up in here!
After this loud interlude, Josie makes her way to class.
My name is Josie. I'm from Scranton, Pennsylvania.
By this point, Josie has received a detailed background for this undercover assignment, which she waited to review 10 minutes before class starts? What was she doing the night before that was so important?
What do you guys think? Where do you think it should go?
I like turtles.
I have to see that again.
Josie's morning goes from bad to worse when she finally makes it to class. The popular girls mock her hideous outfit, and her teacher makes her wear a sombrero for being late. She also has an embarrassing introduction to Guy, the hottest boy in school. Later that day, Josie meets her English teacher, Sam Cole. You know what? I'm just gonna call him male love interest, because he doesn't have any distinguishing qualities besides being nice, attractive, and white, so yeah, male love interest. And speaking of archetypes, we're also introduced to quirky best friend, played by baby Helen Hunt. Seriously, how are these two women not related? Josie continues to make a fool of herself throughout the day. Fortunately, baby Helen Hunt invites Josie into her social circle.
How would you like to join the denominators?
What is it with Josie's weird facial expressions? Given her abundance of bumbling moments like this and this, I'm not surprised Guy wondered,
Are you in special ed?
I'm not even going to try and describe the plot at this point, as it's just a series of random vignettes, such as Josie joins the calculus team, or Josie and baby Helen Hunt get ice cream. You'll notice that the news angle has been completely forgotten, which is the entire reason she's there in the first place.
It's here that we see the first big problem with this movie. The creators have absolutely no idea how high school works.
Everything about the teen dynamic, from the relationships to the fashion to the dialogue, feels completely forced.
Prom is going to be Rufus.
What's Rufus?
It's my new cool hip word. Spread it around like wildfire.
Right.
Stop trying to make fetch happen. It's not going to happen.
Unlike other high school movies that feature social commentary or witty satire, this one goes for cheap laughs with lazy stereotypes while still trying to seem clever. It comes off like it was written by old white guys making painful attempts to be hip.
How do you do, fellow kids?
Over the course of the movie, we see small glimpses of Josie's original high school experience and the events that led up to her moment of humiliation. These scenes parallel her developing feelings for male love interest.
To look at love from every angle and to realize finally.
Things finally get back on track when Gus, angry that the Times was scooped by another paper on a similar story, tells Josie to make friends with the cool kids. He has her wired with a hidden video camera to monitor her progress. You've probably noticed that there are a lot of pre-fame actors with supporting parts in this movie. Most notably, a young Jessica Alba plays one of the popular girls.
Oh my god, you totally ripped off my Malibu Barbie idea. I'm Disco Barbie.
Let's see where this one ranks on Jessica Alba's lifetime of bad career choices.
Heard this band play?
Yeah, I'm gonna steal my mom's car and I'll drive. Yo, this is gonna be roof-alicious.
It's alright, James Franco, I forgive you. We'll always have freaks and geeks.
Following Gus's direction, Josie heads to a nightclub and attempts to hang out with the cool kids. While there, Josie runs into male love interest and his girlfriend, along with her personal assistant. Apparently, this is the only nightclub in the middle of downtown Chicago. Josie unwittingly eats a special brownie, resulting in more forced attempts at humor. Josie wakes up the following morning thinking that she's finally in with the in crowd. However, she's headed for a nasty surprise.
I'll be right back. Oh, there it is!
We also finally get to see the alluded to traumatic experience from Josie's past. In high school, after Josie read a poem to her crush Billy, he asked her to the prom. But instead of taking her to the dance, Billy showed up with another date and cruelly egged Josie from his limo.
Are you starting to get the impression that Josie was a bit of a nerd in high school? Because if not...
Things finally take a turn for the better when Rob shows up and reveals that he's registered as a student. Rob plans to use the school's baseball team as his ticket to the minor leagues. He also says he can help get Josie in with the popular crowd. Bewildered, Josie tells him he can't get popular in one day, which he then does by winning a coleslaw eating contest. The school puts on a carnival to raise money for the prom, and Josie and male love interest end up riding together on the Ferris wheel. They share their first bonding moment by talking about his personal life.
You know Laura, my girlfriend you met at the club? She wants me to move to New York. And, you know, I mean, I should.
Up until this point, we've been talking about the comedy of this rom-com, but now we get to finally analyze the romance aspect, which is equally as terrible. This here is the second major problem with this movie, the creepy romance. We, the audience, are aware of Josie's true age, but to everyone else, her and male love interest are a high school teacher and a 17-year-old student. In that context, moments like this, or this, would raise some serious eyebrows. Even male love interest is aware he's crossing improper boundaries.
You know what? I shouldn't be talking about this stuff with you. I'm sorry. I shouldn't say that because I'm your teacher.
Then don't! And it's not just these two. Rob's relationship with gymnast Tracy is equally uncomfortable, especially when she flat out offers to have sex with him.
I want you to be my first.
I'm gonna go get some more punch, and then we'll go on the dance floor and boogie.
Notice how he never says no!
Rob sets up his plan to improve Josie's social status by spreading fake positive rumors about her.
I used to go out with her, man. She
What?
dumped me.
Oh,
Yeah, we're still good friends.
Really? Hey, wait. Like how good?
She is amazing.
Slut friend stops by, and in a case of mistaken identity, ends up leading Josie's sex ed class. Apparently anyone can just wander in off the street at the school and enroll or become a part of the teaching staff.
Hey kids, can anyone spare some change? I really
Look,
need
it's
to-
a new gym teacher! Yay! Josie, now considered cool due to Rob's efforts, starts to blow off baby Helen Hunt. Meanwhile, everyone at the newspaper spends their entire day watching the footage of Josie's exploits. And they wonder why newspapers are going under. Gus, seeing Josie's connection with male love interest, decides that their taboo relationship will be the focal point of Josie's story. Josie, having developed feelings for male love interest, is against the idea but reluctantly goes along. At the prom, Josie and Rob arrive with their respective dates. At the height of the evening, the teachers announce the members of the prom court.
And Mr. Rob. Mr. Rob.
Mr. Rob!
Mr. Rob!
Okay, movie, for the sake of your asinine plot, I will accept that a grown man can just walk into a high school and register without any academic transcripts. I will accept that said man can become the most popular member of the group of cool teenagers. But you expect me to believe, after all this time, he did all those things and no one asked him his last name?
Josie gets unexpectedly voted prom queen and is finally vindicated for all those years of humiliation. She has her first dance with prom king Guy. Josie later dances with male love interest. They share an intimate moment, and Josie takes off her camera, planning to reveal her true identity. However, her revelation is foiled when she saves baby Helen Hunt from a cruel prank. In the film's climax, Josie dramatically tells the group that she's a reporter and reveals her and Rob's deception. She delivers a passionate, cliched speech about being yourself and following your dreams.
Well, there is a big world out there, bigger than prom, bigger than high school. Find out who you are and try not to be afraid of it.
And here we get to the biggest problem with this movie, the themes.
Josie says high school isn't important, yet everything she's done contradicts this statement. She's been motivated less by her assignment and more by a desperate attempt to reinvent her past. She's enamored with the idea of fitting in and seems to genuinely enjoy the lifestyle. There's no authentic life lesson or change of heart. Josie tries to apologize to male love interest, but he rejects her.
Wait, please don't walk away.
I just can't look at you the same way.
That's what I love about these high school girls, man. I get older, they stay the same age. They just don't.
The next day at work, Gus confronts Josie over her failure.
Yes, I made a mistake, but we will have a story, okay? You will have an amazing story.
Josie writes an article about her undercover experience. In a publicity move, she asks male love interest to meet her on the field at the baseball state championship and give her the elusive true love's kiss. Oh, what a romantic gesture.
Not.
This is an ultimatum. If male love interest doesn't show up, he looks like a selfish jerk. If he does, it proves that Josie can manipulate him to get her way. Plus, their relationship is based on lies and deceit. Yet in the typical Hollywood ending, male love interest appears at the last second, Rob has been made an assistant coach, and Gus and Anita hook up. And of course, we couldn't end without one final spotlight.
So bad, I hate it. Oh my god. Sorry about that. This movie is awful!
This movie claims to be about second chances, but it shows an obvious disdain for its characters, who lead sad, pathetic lives. They lie and cheat to pursue a fleeting dream with absolutely no consequences. Besides its fixation on underage girls and unfunny attempts at slapstick, the movie is also incredibly sexist. Josie is a reactionary character. Every major development in her life is initiated by a condescending male. She only becomes a reporter when the assignment's thrust upon her. She only becomes popular when her brother enrolls at her school, and she only pursues the new story angle when Gus tells her to. With its juvenile humor and shallow story, Never Been Kissed is like your friend's overweight dad who still wears his Letterman jacket around the house and reminisces about the glory days.
Well, that's Never Been Kissed. I'll end with a compilation of Drew Barrymore's awkward facial expressions to close us out.